fire SEC win totals over, under. We're going to do the couple of top teams here that I see on the list. So the back-to-back national champions, their over, under win total is 11.5. So Georgia, are you going to go over, under on 11.5?
I'm going to go over because they'll definitely get to the SEC championship game, and I think they could get to 12 wins.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much a lock. I mean, I just don't really see anybody in the East even come close to them. And I don't know if you saw Georgia's upcoming schedule, but it's pretty easy. I mean, they're non-conference games. They don't really have any of top Power 5 programs as well. In the SEC as well, their schedule really sets up nicely for them. I mean, their defense as well, we saw the same question. They're going to be returning back some key starters as well, but they're also going to be losing a lot of guys. And on the offense, they're going to be losing Sets of Bennett, but they're still going to be bringing back Brock Bowers and some of their top receivers as well. And then they also got Ra Thomas, the wide receiver from Mississippi State, and also Dominic Lovett, the Missouri transfer as well. So this Georgia team, I'm going to go undefeated again. I think that's pretty – I would be shocked if they even lose one game. So I think that 12-0 is right on the line with them. So the next team that is on the list is Alabama. They're at 10.5 wins after the Bryce Young era. So do you see 10.5 wins for the Tide?
That's tricky because Vegas is giving you one loss. You know, gone are the days where you have to say Alabama's going to go undefeated. So that's assuming they'll go 11-1, but do they go 10-2? That's a tough one. You got to assume that Tennessee is going to be a pretty good team this year, but that game is in Tuscaloosa.
Yep.
You got to assume the LSU game is going to be good, but that one's also in Tuscaloosa. So I'm going to give Alabama the 11-1. I think that Nick Saban kind of fires back, and I don't think it's going to be the prettiest 11-1. I think they're a good ways off the pace of where Georgia is, but for now, I'm going to give them the 11-1. But it could shift to 10-2 if I think about it.
I think that the narrative going in this one, there's a lot of talent on this team. There's just not a whole lot of experience in this one. You know, without Bryce Young now, they went out and got Notre Dame transfer Tyler Buckner. So is it going to be Jalen Milroe or is it going to be Buckner? Who knows? I mean, whenever I saw Buckner on the field, especially against Marshall, it was not good. We saw Milroe play a couple of games this week, especially against Arkansas, and then he had the game against Texas A&M while Young was hurt as well. And Alabama had a lot of close calls this season, even with Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield. Their wide receiver play has to get better. I mean, Jermaine Burton, he's looked good in the spring game, so we'll see if he can turn the corner as well. Also Henry To'oTo'o as well. So I'm going to go under in this one. I think this is a team that goes 10-2. I think a lot of people are saying 8-4 or 9-3. There is no way in heck that I see a Nick Saban-led team not even get to 9 wins. I'm going to go 10. It's 10.5. If this was like 10, it could be like I guess I would have to go over and have it to be an even. But since it's 10.5, I'll go under. Give the 2 losses to Alabama. I'm not going to say the 2 losses. I think it could come really anywhere. I think that the SEC West is definitely going to be up for grabs. It's not as pick and choose Alabama is going to be the sure favorite. LSU is going to be the sure favorite. I think there's going to be a couple of surprises.
Who do they play from the East?
I think they play Missouri or somebody like that. I don't think it's very anything horrible. But now we'll go to the next one on the list. We'll do one more. LSU 9.5 wins.
I'll take the over there as well. I think that LSU either goes 10-2 or 11-1. So I like the over there.
I like the over there as well. I think they can, if they can get 10 wins this past season under year one. I think that this is going to be a more talented LSU team. They have more experience, especially on the offensive line. Those were freshmen. Their whole entire line was pretty much freshmen, and now they have a full season under them. Jaden Daniels, what you saw from him in the spring game. You're getting Harold Perkins. I think that the defense, if there is going to be concern, it's going to be in the secondary as well. So we'll do one more team. We'll go for Gamecocks, 6.5 wins.
This one's always tough because you think, oh, yeah, this team is a 7-win team, and then you look at the schedule, and there's a lot of toss-ups, but I'll give them that 7 wins. I think they get it. I think they can handle their out-of-conference. UNC will be a tough game to start the season, but if they win that one, I think they get the 7 wins, and heck, I mean, they get Clemson at home even.
Yeah, that North Carolina game could be really a toss turve of, if they win that game, that could be set up for an 8-win, 9-win season. But if they lose that game, that could be a difference between a couple of wins, especially in the gauntlet they have to run through in the SEC East. So they'll face Georgia. They have to go on the road to Georgia, so that's probably going to be a loss. So they get Tennessee as well on the road. So that's going to be another hostile crowd. And they're going to want revenge after South Carolina destroyed them this season. And then Clemson game, you get them at home. So, that's going to definitely be a couple. I'm going to go over as well. I think this is a 7-8 win team. I don't think there's going to be more than that. This team always gets a couple upsets every now and then. I mean, shoot, this could be a team that goes on the road and beats Georgia. Probably not. But this is always a team that pulls off an upset. We saw it this past year with top 10 wins back-to-back with Tennessee and South Carolina.